Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another unboxing video, and this time it's Magnum and the Great Adventure, the jet years from 1978 to 1983, a 6 CD set from H.N.E Records, part of Cherry Red, which looks at the first part of this band's fantastic history of music. So before I get carried away, let's have a look inside the box. This is Magnum, Great Adventure, the jet years 1978 to 1983. Nice little clamshell box, some H.N.E recordings, part of Cherry Red. There are 6 CDs in this set, so it's great value for money. Each of them is almost an hour long, if not longer, so almost 6 hours. I'll come to the booklet last of all. There's loads of bonus tracks as well. The first album, which is very hard to find on CD or anywhere else, to be honest. Front and back of the artwork is replicated. The second CD includes the 1974 demos and session outtakes from the first album. Then you've got Magnum 2 with 2 different variations of the cover that I remember, with some extra tracks. Marauder, which I'll talk about in more detail, is absolutely superb, and this includes the Magnum Live EP, which was available as a double vinyl single at the time. I remember buying that, and Invasion Live, the 11th Hour, and that also has some extra tracks. In fact, that's the last disc in the set actually, and Chase the Dragon also has some great extra tracks. The booklet isn't that detailed, but it's still very well put together. It lists all the tracks, the credits for the original album, and there's of course is another version of the album cover, and gives you the details of the extra tracks on the archive CD. Bonus tracks are Magnum 2 from 1979, Marauder, where all the tracks have come from. This is from 1980. Some great live photos there of the band in the centre. Then Chase the Dragon from 1982. Plus where the bonus tracks have come from, the different EPs, and then the 11th Hour 1983, and then there's a short essay giving you the background to where some of the tracks have come from and the history of the band up to that point. And the mastering is by John Braddock from Formation Audio. So that's Magnum, Great Adventure, jet years 1978 to 1983. So that is the Great Adventure, the jet years by Magnum 1978 to 1983. And this has been a wonderful box set, not because it introduced me to the band because I didn't know about them, but it's made me appreciate just how good they were, and for me at the time, how I kind of let a lot of that float over the top of me, and I didn't really arrive back at Camp Magnum until Storyteller's Night in the mid-80s and beyond that really, because this is a band that's making absolutely fantastic albums now, okay? But this is the early part. Now the beginning of this obviously is Kingdom of Magnus, which is an album that's really hard to find on vinyl or CD, and this is where my story with the band begins and almost ended, because of my prejudices in a way. I saw that I was trying to get into music myself, and I had this idea that if you had a record deal, you automatically were elevated to another world. And I went to a pub in Solihull called the Red Lion, which is now like a posh bistro place. But back then, it was a pub that had bands on, and a lot of those bands were unsigned bands or just pub bands. And one day, Magnum were on, and there was about 12 people in the audience, all around the bar, so there was no one actually on the dance floor or anywhere near the band, all just being barflies basically. And the band came on and they played as if they were playing the Birmingham Odeon. They did their best, but I just kept thinking, this band have got a record deal and this is it. And obviously the track Kingdom of Magnus is the one that stuck to me the most. It's a great riff, isn't it? It's a kind of a standstill riff, but it's still very iconic. So I kind of thought, okay, and also there was a style of music that was coming out then called pump rock, as far as Jeff Barton from Sounds was concerned. It was like Styx, Kansas, and Magnum were way ahead, and they were from the UK, but I didn't see it at the start. And the second album, again, when I listened to this set here, the disc in this set, I didn't. It didn't gel as well. Again, it sounds they didn't. It didn't capture them. I mean, on the. I'd say each of these discs, by the way, I'm jumping around a bit here, is nearly an hour long, if not longer. So you've got 6 hours of music. You know, the second disc has got the 1974 demos, which is really interesting to see how the band came together, because the first album had been recorded for literally a couple of years. And you've got some outtakes as well. And to say the second album, which has got, again, an alternative cover. But what I want to say is that I bought a single 7-inch double pack single with some live tracks on. It was okay, and I didn't buy the Marauder albums. We recorded it live at the Marquee, and I was used to buying albums recorded at the Budokan or something like that. You know what I mean? Big tours. So I thought, Marquee, Magnum. Again, I just didn't go there, and this is why I said my prejudices were wrong. Now this, as I mentioned, they've all been remastered, but this is such an exciting live album. It captures the band, and this is what they needed. This captures the band Magnum in all of their pomp and uplifting and, clever songwriting choruses. It's them. They had their own unique sound, and it's marvellous. If I could live forever, the battle, foolish heart in the beginning, reborn, changes, so cold the night, Lord of chaos, all of my life. Oh, great adventure, invasion, kingdom of madness. There's another version of that as well on here. Reborn, changes, etc. It's just brilliant. And then after that, as you saw when I went through the box, there's some live pictures, and it goes into an album which, because by this time I decided I didn't need to listen to any more Magnum, and I didn't, not until, Storyteller Night, was Chase the Dragon. Now this, in this box set, is my favourite. It's just killer tracks. The songwriting is superb. It's Magnum. The style, their template of what they do is on this album. It should have been massive. And I know for those of you who have been lifelong Magnum fans will be thinking, sometimes, I'm not quite sure where Phil is. You'd be right. I love Magnum. I've got all their recent albums and everything from Storyteller's Night onwards. But this period is like I just kind of looked back into the mists of time and thought, do I need to go there? I do, and I have. And I'm so glad I have. That is fantastic. And this one it's like its brother and sister, really. They're almost the same. I'd say that creeps ahead for me. But this is also mind-bogglingly proggy pomp at its best from good old Britain. Absolutely brilliant. So I said 6 hours. I played it in one go. It took the whole day, and because if I potted out and went to get a cup of tea or something, I'd put on the tracks again. There's loads of bonus tracks. It's been put together so meticulously with the fans in mind. This is probably one of the most extensive Magnum box sets. I know there's that other one that came out which is no longer available, but this, if they're going to do this with the next batch of releases, is brilliant. So highly recommended and well worth it. 6 hours of music and 6 CDs. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for those of you who become patrons and YouTube members. That is really helping me to do more of these videos, and in return you get to see everything first, and also some exclusive videos that don't get made publicly either. Remember, music is the healer, especially at the times we're currently living in. So take care, keep spinning those discs, and I shall see you very, very soon.